Every year, people report thousands of strange encounters and creepy sightings.
I swear, I don't know what this is, and I kind of wanted your opinion on it.
Hey, do you see that? Do you see that?
Be it rarely explored woods or abandoned structures.
I'm so sick of this. There's no one here. There's no human here.
The strange occurrences are everywhere. So let's join these rangers who discovered something shocking in the middle of the woods.
Close distance between us within seconds. Could have reached out and grabbed me by my hair. You cannot freeze in a moment like that, because you freeze, you die.
No way. Oh my god! No way! Oh my god!
Even if you've seen one before, human-like ghosts are fairly common. But a ghost animal? Now that's a whole new level of unsettling. Two friends were hiking through the forest at night with a slight unease of the dark woods. They quickly noticed something moving up ahead. It looked like an animal, but they couldn't quite make out what it was at first. Maybe a dog or a wild boar? As they got closer, they realized it was something else entirely. The creature was carrying the body of another animal in its mouth. It looked wild, like a beast from a different world, with an unsettling presence. The way it moved was strange, almost ghost-like. They stood there, frozen, watching the strange animal disappear into the darkness. Miami Mystery.
I've stumbled across something weird. This is like one of those things you see when people claim that they found aliens.
When in Miami, you will get to see a lot of weird things, like this lab creature made up of multiple different animals. While taking a morning walk along the shore in Miami, a group of people came across something quite strange. A peculiar creature had washed up on the sand, looking like a mix of different animals. It had a tail similar to a lizard's, hands that resembled a human's, a nose like a possum's, and patches of black fur. The group was both amazed and unsettled by the sight. They couldn't help but wonder if it was some kind of prehistoric animal that had been hiding deep in the ocean. However, after a closer look, they thought it might just be a waterlogged and hairless possum. What do you think?
Look at it.
How weird is that?
Nightseeker. Recently, a TikTok user named Iron Sun the Unknown uploaded some intriguing footage with the caption, "Werewolf or Dogman caught on trail cam." The video shows a strange half-dog, half-human creature crawling in front of a trail camera. Upon noticing the camera, the creature quickly moves out of view. The puzzling footage has sparked numerous theories in the comments. Some users believe it's just a man in a suit, while others argue it looks too real to be a costume. One commentator suggested it might be a Tasmanian devil, but a closer look reveals it doesn't resemble one at all. It does look like the mysterious dog man that has gotten quite some fame. Zombie in woods. In California, a man set out in the woods after dark to gather some firewood. As he was collecting branches, he heard an odd noise that made him stop. He shone his flashlight in the direction of the sound and was scared by what he saw. A figure that looked like a zombie was coming straight toward him. The creature's movements were jerky and unnatural, and it was getting closer fast. The man quickly dropped the wood he was holding and bolted away as fast as he could. He raced through the dark forest because the image of the zombie chasing him must have felt like something out of a nightmare. Unknown creature. While on a regular outing in Australia, a group of hunters came across something unusual. They stumbled upon the remains of a strange creature with sharp teeth and a body that appeared to have been decomposing for a few days. The hunters examined the creature. It didn't look like any animal they had seen before. The sharp teeth were particularly notable, suggesting it might have been a predator. They wondered what kind of creature it could be. Perhaps a wild animal, or something more mysterious. No one is still sure. Weird chaser. Moving on. This person was exploring a South African forest and recording his adventure. As he jogged through the trees, a strange creature suddenly leaped out from the bushes. It looked like an alien. The creature began chasing him, moving incredibly fast. The man's heart raced as he sprinted through the forest, desperately trying to escape. He was terrified, running as quickly as he could to get away from this bizarre creature. Finally, after a tense chase, he managed to lose the creature and make it back to a safe area. Deceased Chupacabra. A few years ago, a Ukrainian farmer drew media attention when he brought in the body of a strange creature. According to the farmer, the beast had been terrorizing his livestock until he managed to hunt it down. With ears resembling those of a desert fox and a body devoid of fur, the creature defied easy identification. After examination, biologists identified it as a chupacabra. These creatures are said to steal chickens and rabbits, drain their blood, and even open cages. Residents of the area often report seeing these mysterious beings taking down their animals without leaving any trace behind. Demon in woods.
I'm so sick of this. There's no one here. There's no human here.
A girl was out collecting herbs from the nearby woods when she came across an old abandoned woods structure. She decided to film the scene with her phone. She took several videos capturing the beauty of the place before heading back home with her herbs. Later, as she reviewed the footage, she noticed something unsettling. In one of the clips near the old wooden structure, she saw a dark, shadowy figure that looked like a black demon. It stood out starkly against the peaceful backdrop. Assuming it could be a stalker, she checked the footage again. But the strange figure looked inhuman. Scared, she posted the video online to warn others about the dangers of that area.
I'm sick of this. I don't know where it's coming from.
Chupacabra. Filming nature on his new camera, a tourist saw this mysterious creature. Now, you must be thinking that looks a lot like a dog, but watch closely and think again. If you have ever seen a chupacabra, you will realize it looks a lot like it. Strange unknown animal was hiding under the roots of a tree. People on Reddit think it's really an unknown cryptid, or maybe even a real chupacabra. One comment even said it's a forest smeagol. The walk in the forest was pleasant and there was wind. Strange creatures live in this forest. No one knows this mysterious place. Creepy caskets. A few adventurers ventured into an old mausoleum hidden deep in the woods in Argentina. Upon entering, they quickly noticed a small hole leading to the lower level. Though they shone their torches into the darkness, they couldn't see much. Curiosity got the better of them, so they decided to descend and explore further. What they discovered was shocking. The lower level was filled with a multitude of lead coffins.
Does feel short of breath down here.
Yeah.
But the most unsettling sight was an already open coffin among them. The realization hit hard. Someone had been there before and disturbed the resting place. Or maybe one of them arose from the dead. Men versus Skinwalker. A group of friends hanging out in their backyard began hearing strange creaking noises coming from the dark. They went to check it out and were startled to see eerie figures that quickly vanished. Deciding to get to the bottom of it, they planned a nighttime stakeout. That night, they returned to the backyard, armed with fishing nets, hoping to catch a glimpse of these creatures. As they settled in, the unsettling noises started again. Soon, they spotted the figures moving around in the dark. The friends tried to catch one with their nets, but the skinwalkers were quick. Despite their efforts, they managed to slip away. Ghost caught on camera.
What is that?
In a forest in New Zealand, a man was heading to a nearby lake to fish. As he walked, he noticed something odd in the distance. It looked like a woman with long hair hanging in midair. When he took a closer look, he realized it was a ghostly figure, not a person. The ghost seemed to float and had a spooky presence which did not seem human at all. The man quickly turned and ran back the way he came. He was too scared to stay and find out more.
Hey! Oh, shit!
Alligator charging kayak. Gators are scary. What if they do this? This visitor was exploring the lakes in Africa, enjoying a peaceful boat ride. As he paddled along, something suddenly came swimming rapidly towards him and struck his boat, causing it to capsize. Can you imagine? In the water, he quickly realized it was a massive alligator. He got really scared and paddled away from that location to save his life. He should be glad it wasn't a hippo. Mystery corpse.
I just wanted to know what it was, because like I said, I'm new around here, and I was like, I don't know what kind of animals Titusville has.
In Florida, a woman discovered something odd in her backyard. At first, it looked like a pile of decomposed skin. She couldn't tell if it was a reptile or a mammal. The creature had no identifiable features, just skin and bones. It was like nothing she had ever seen. She wondered if it was some exotic pet or something wild from the woods. The woman decided to show the photos to her neighbors, hoping someone might have an idea, but they were all clueless. As she shared the images, speculation grew with no proper answer. A decayed alligator, a chupacabra, or something else weirder. The identification is still a mystery.
He's like, there's some strange animal in our yard, and I was like, what is it? And he's like, I don't know what it is.
Sumatran Hobbit. Next up, a group of mud bikers were exploring the trails in the forest of Arizona, enjoying the excitement of the ride. Among them were Tom, Lisa, and Mark, each navigating the rugged terrain. Suddenly, Tom, who was leading the group, swerved sharply and nearly fell off his bike. Something small and quick had run across his path, hitting his bike. If you pause and look carefully, you will realize that it looks exactly like a hobbit. The creature seemed unharmed and quickly ran off. The bikers were eager to find out more, so they accelerated to keep up. But the creature was incredibly fast, much faster than they could manage on their bikes. It eventually disappears into the thick bushes. Crazed Deer.
Yeah, you look like you're drunk. Yep.
Now take a look at this deer, who seems to have lost its mind. Its movements are so mysterious that it's hard to understand what it's even thinking. It moves around the parking lot, even jumping and hopping around like it has gone crazy. The person who posted this video said the deer actually hit their car. And it's not the first time something like this has been caught on camera. This behavior has been linked to zombie behavior, where bacteria takes over the animal's brain and starts eating it until the animal goes completely crazy.
It does not look good. Go into the woods.
Impressive flight. Check out this video of a golden eagle showing its strength as it flies away with a fox. Yes, really. These powerful birds can take down animals even bigger than foxes, like deer. So while it's impressive, it's not really surprising to see one carry off a large fox. In the video, you can see the golden eagle standing on the fox with fur scattered around. The wind is strong, bending trees and making the scene more intense. With a firm grip, the eagle lifts the fox and flies away. Large Sasquatch. In the early morning hours of May 30th, 2024, a trucker was picking up equipment near Rocky Mountain House in Alberta, Canada. There, he spotted a large upright beast standing on the edge of a rural industrial site. The trucker did not see the beast until he was out of the truck walking toward the equipment he was to load. When he realized the creature was there, he quickly ran back to his truck and drove off site. The dash camera recorded the beast's image. The estimated height of this beast is between 11 and 13 feet tall. It seemed like a large Sasquatch. After this incident, remote cameras were placed around the site, but the thing did not appear again. Goblin. Two friends were hiking through the scenic mountains of Hawaii, enjoying the peace and breathtaking views. As they walked, they noticed some bushes moving strangely. They decided to check it out. When they got closer, they noticed a tiny green goblin was busy lugging a pile of sticks and branches. The goblin's arms were full, and it looked very focused on its task, not noticing the friends at all. The friends were stunned. They watched in as the little creature snuggled with the wood that slowly vanished into the forest. Read Alien. Let's start with this very real and fascinating alien story. Dr. Jonathan Reed, a psychologist with a PhD, took his golden retriever Susie for a hike on October 15, 1996. Suddenly, Susie bolted and started barking. Fearing she was fighting a bobcat, Dr. Reed grabbed a large branch and ran to help. To his shock, he found a 4.5-foot tall alien creature with 2 arms and 2 legs. The alien grabbed Susie and vaporized her with a strange weapon. Dr. Reed, who was driven by instinct, attacked the alien, knocking it unconscious with the branch. He wrapped the alien in a thermal blanket and took it home, storing it in his garage freezer. The next day he found it alive and videotaped it. Soon after, Dr. Reed was harassed by government agents and the alien was stolen. Despite accusations of hoaxing, Dr. Reed maintains his encounter was real. Dog stalker.
Something is watching my dog. That is big.
Dogs in China are something else. One night in a quiet neighborhood, a man was out walking with his dog when the dog suddenly ran off into the woods. He quickly turned on his flashlight and followed, calling out for his pet. As he scanned the dark trees, the beam of light revealed something unusual, a pair of large glowing eyes in the distance watching his dog. The eyes seemed to belong to a big creature hidden in the dark. The man went near to get a better look, but the darkness made it hard to see. The dog stood still, either curious or cautious about the strange presence.
What the fuck? That is big.
Flying witch. Late one night, a traveler was making his way down a lonely Texas road. Now, you know that only means one thing. The area was deserted, and the only noise was the steady hum of his engine. Out of nowhere, he spotted something spooky in the sky. It was a dark figure floating just above the ground. The shape was covered by a long cloak that fluttered slightly as it moved. As he drove closer, it became clear that it wasn't a plane or a drone. It looked like a witch. Her cloak was softly flying in the night air. Possessed bird. One day, Rick from Florida noticed his pet owl acting strangely. It was as if something was bothering the owl, making it move in weird patterns. He watched the owl twist its head in unnatural angles and make erratic movements. It didn't seem like the usual behavior he was accustomed to. It almost felt like the owl was under some kind of strange influence, or even magic. It really does look possessed.
¿Eres o no eres?
Bear selfie. Taking a selfie anywhere without assessing the danger can be quite risky. Take this one, for example. A group of friends was hiking in Mexico when a black bear walked up to them and seemed especially interested in one woman. The bear sniffed her hair, and instead of panicking, the woman decided to take a selfie with it. The bear stood up on its hind legs, looking ready for the picture. After the photo, the bear began to walk away, but suddenly turned back. It tried to bite the woman and swiped at her with its paws. Luckily, the bear then lost interest and wandered off. Deer rescue. In the middle of the Amazon rainforest, an adventurer was exploring the diverse wildlife. While walking through the dense jungle, he heard some rustling nearby. Curious, he went closer and discovered a deer trapped in thick branches, struggling to break free. The adventurer knew he had to help. He approached carefully, speaking softly to soothe the distressed deer. Gently, he started untangling the branches wrapped around the deer's legs. After a few moments of careful effort, the deer was finally free. Bear versus wolves.
Oh, there he's standing up again.
During a summer day in July, a grizzly bear was just hanging around at the far end of the valley when a pack of wolves began crossing its path. Now, one thing you need to know about bears is that they are egomaniacs and don't allow anyone to look down on them. The bear seemed curious as it stood on its hind legs to get a better view, and then began approaching the wolves. The wolves noticed the bear as well and started circling him. He kept standing up, trying to understand what was happening.
Same thing with people. They don't want to be surprised by anything.
The bear tried to fight, but the wolves were adamant on showing him who is the boss in these woods. The wolves were not attacking, but were clearly signaling that the bear was not welcome in their territory. After a while, the bear just gave up.
Y'all, that is crazy.
Everything.
Look.
I think the bear's gone. No, bear's right there still.
Mystery giant. The Keechalus Lake area, located along I-90 in Washington state, has long been a hotspot for mysterious disappearances. Over the years, several experienced hikers and hunters have vanished without a trace. So, when the Washington State Department of Transportation captured footage on January 24th, 2020, of a giant human-like creature crossing the Keechalus Lake wildlife overcrossing, it made people wonder about old legends. The creature in the video is estimated by scientists to stand 8 to 9 feet tall. It walks through the snow, almost as if it has always belonged there. Locals believe this could be the mysterious Sasquatch. And what's worse is they believe it holds the key to the unexplained disappearances in the area. Cougar attacked elks. A trail camera recently caught a cougar approaching and taking down a calf elk. The footage shows the cougar sneaking up on the elk before launching the attack. Although the camera didn't capture the final moments, the calf's carcass was found just 15 feet away, proving the cougar's hunt was successful. Even without the most intense part on camera, the video gives us a rare look at wildlife and the power of nature. Weird chase. On May 26, 2022, a trail camera captured a thrilling scene in central Alberta. The short footage instantly shows wild horses running, and it's clear that they are running away from something. The horses seem to be anxious, and after a few seconds, it becomes clear. A grizzly bear with 2 cubs can be seen chasing the band of Alberta wild horses. Weird, right? This footage is part of a vast network of cameras collecting video data on the challenges and mortality rates of Alberta's wild horses, which are caused by both natural events and large predators. Elephant rescue. This video from the Grand Park Zoo in Seoul, South Korea, captures a really heartwarming incident where 2 adult female elephants rush to help a calf struggling in the water. This is just like humans would react. The young elephant appears to be in trouble, and the adults quickly move into the water to guide it to safety. They struggle but are finally able to help the kid elephant out of danger. Parenthood is the same everywhere, isn't it? Their quick action makes sure it is out of danger. Fiery bobcat. In the North American woods, a nature enthusiast was exploring and came across a bobcat. Excited to see such a skilled predator up close, he set up his camera to capture the action. The bobcat, with its keen senses, was busy searching for food when it suddenly spotted something in the grass, a rattlesnake. The snake, feeling threatened, lunged at the bobcat. The bobcat quickly reacted, and a fierce fight ensued. With its sharp claws and swift movements, the bobcat tackled the snake head-on. Despite the rattlesnake's efforts to strike back, the bobcat's agility and power prevailed. Monkey sharpening knife. Monkeys can be quite mischievous, but have you ever seen one working on tools like hunter-gatherers? In a small village in India, a man had a monkey that did something extraordinary. This monkey wasn't just a pet, it was a skilled helper. The man had trained the monkey to sharpen knives, and it did a pretty good job. One day, the man set up a large stone in the yard, the perfect tool for sharpening. He placed a knife and watched as the monkey got to work. With practiced movements, the monkey rubbed the knife back and forth on the stone, just like a professional. The monkey's focus, expression, and steady hands showed how well it had learned its task. Now, that is one craftsman, or should I say, craft monkey. Wolf attack. One day in Chicago, someone took their dog for a walk in a nearby park. It was a normal day, until the dog suddenly ran off into the distance. As the owner chased after it, they noticed a wolf emerging from the shadows, its eyes fixed on the dog. The wolf started to move closer, appearing ready to attack. Quickly, the owner called out, trying to distract the wolf while their dog barked back, standing firm. It was a tense moment, but the owner managed to scare the wolf away and safely reunited with their pet. Sloth on Zipline. The sloths you have come across until now were too boring, but not this one. A couple, Alex and Mia, decided to go ziplining in Hawaii for an adventure. Everything was going smoothly until they reached the middle of the line. There, they spotted a sloth hanging onto the zip line ahead. The sloth seemed completely calm, moving slowly along the cable as if it were just another branch. Alex and Mia were stunned. They ran into it. They were hanging with the sloth. They stopped just short of the sloth, not sure what to do. The sloth was not bothered at all and was hanging.
Don't worry. Yeah? I just clocked your shit. What did I do about the sloth? Don't worry.
Missing persons posters. This next video comes from 2017. Around 6 in the evening, Jack went to a creepy spot in the woods to geotag a location. With 2 phones in hand, he pinned the spot at 240 Manor Road. Aware of his surroundings, he noticed it was a well-traveled path with a fire pit, a shovel, a mysterious tent, and a collapsed handmade cage. All this gave him chills. That's not all. The most terrifying thing was the missing person posters that were on the trees. The posters were literally on all the trees. Imagine how scary that must have been for Jack. The missing person was a young, beautiful woman who had been lost since 2005. This means the posters had been for more than 12 years. Jack felt the need to leave quickly, so he carefully put away his phone and went back to his car.
And you got that.
Whale in jungle.
Na praia do Araruna, mas eu imaginei que ela estivesse na praia mesmo.
This dead humpback whale was found in a forested area on the Amazon Delta island of Marajo near Source Municipality. The body measured 11 meters long and 6 meters wide, according to media reports citing local authorities. What's fascinating is that the animal is one of the largest species of whales in existence, according to biologist Darlene Silva.
É imenso.
Other biologists from around the area went to find out the cause of the animal's death. One of them reported that to the naked eye, there were no injuries, which is weird because they cannot determine what caused the death of the whale.
Pessoal, essa é a baleia que encalhou aqui em Souri. Trazê-la, arrastá-la aqui pra...
The haunted cabin. What if you saw a sign that said, "Keep out, haunted"? Would you go in? Well, these guys did, and believe me, it wasn't a blast. A few friends were exploring a forest when they came across an old, eerie cabin. It had a sign on the door that read, "Keep out, haunted." Curious to see if the rumors were true, they decided to investigate. They set up a camera near the cabin to catch any strange happenings. The next day, they eagerly checked the footage. What they saw was surprising. On the video, a ghostly figure appeared, moving slowly toward the cabin. The figure seemed to glide, and it passed right through the door without opening it. The friends were stunned. The cabin was indeed haunted. The ghost was not just a story, it was real. Stinky stunt. In a Toronto zoo, the night cameras captured this surprising sight. A skunk was caught on video doing a handstand, balancing perfectly on its front paws, with its tail straight up. The skunk looked like it was practicing some unique acrobatics. When the staff reviewed the footage the next day, they were amused and delighted. What an unexpected and funny moment, right? Gator attack. It's best to stay away from alligators, no matter how harmless they seem. At a lake in Arizona, onlookers first noticed what seemed like a decaying, colorless alligator, roughly 9 to 10 feet long, floating in the water. But as they watched more closely, they saw something even more startling. A much larger alligator had the decaying one in its jaws, dragging it across the lake. Just look how the larger gator pulled the decayed one through the murky waters. I don't know about you, but wildlife is pretty fascinating. Black and white creature. In a city park, people were surprised by a strange sight. A bear, unlike any they had seen before, was wandering through the area. What's weird is that this bear had a unique look, with patches of white and black fur, almost like it was a mix of two different bears. It looked like a mutant or rare animal. I for sure have not seen a bear like this before. As the bear walked around, people kept their distance, but couldn't help taking pictures and videos. Families and friends gathered talking about this strange visitor. Some wondered where it had come from, and if it was a rare species or just an oddity. It's time for today's open discussion. This was uploaded on Reddit recently, and the user said that in an Australian forest, a team of soldiers heard odd noises and decided to investigate. They split up and explored deeper into the woods. After some searching, one group came across a hidden cave covered in thick vines. Inside the cave, they found this lifeless body of what looked like an alien. The soldiers were stunned. They carefully retrieved the alien and took it back to their base for further studies. Now, I am not sure if this is real or if someone on the internet is trying to trick us. What do you think?